The little girl's voice was so soft it almost disappeared in the wind, but the words hit like thunder. "Can I buy that dog, Daddy?" In the middle of a quiet roadside gas station, beside a police car and under a pale gray sky, time seemed to freeze. Her father didn't answer. He couldn't. Because the man sitting on the curb with a cardboard sign and the German Shepherd by his side wasn't just selling a dog. He was giving away his last piece of hope. If you believe in kindness and second chances, take a moment right now to like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this remind us that even small acts of compassion can change a life forever. The old man's beard was streaked with gray, his jacket worn thin at the elbows, and his hands trembled slightly as they rested on his knees. Beside him sat the German Shepherd, tall and proud despite the circumstances, ears alert, eyes watchful. The sign leaned against a battered backpack. "Dog for sale $5. $5. That was the price of loyalty. The price of years of companionship. The price of survival." The little girl stood near her father, her pink bow fluttering in the breeze, denim overalls slightly too big for her small frame. She wasn't staring at the sign. She was staring at the dog. The way he sat so close to the old man. The way his eyes flicked to every passing car, as if guarding someone who had nothing left. She saw what adults often missed. She saw love. Her father, a police officer still in uniform after a long shift, felt something twist in his chest. He had seen men broken by addiction, by bad luck, by their own mistakes. He had seen people lose homes, families, dignity. But this was different. The old man wasn't begging. He wasn't shouting. He wasn't even making eye contact with anyone who walked past. He just sat there quietly, as if selling the dog was a punishment he had already accepted. The truth, though unspoken, hung heavy in the air. The old man had lost his job months ago. Medical bills had drained what little savings he had. Rent had become impossible. Shelters didn't allow dogs. And the German Shepherd, his companion, his protector, his only family, deserved more than cold nights and empty bowls. $5 wasn't about money. It was about making sure someone would at least stop long enough to ask. The officer's daughter reached for her father's hand. She didn't understand eviction notices or layoffs or the quiet humiliation of falling behind. She only understood that the dog looked brave and lonely at the same time. When she asked to buy him, she wasn't thinking about ownership. She was thinking about rescue. The father knelt down slowly, his eyes level with the old man's. For a long moment, no words were exchanged. The German Shepherd shifted slightly, pressing closer to his owner's leg, sensing the weight of the moment. The officer saw the silent plea in the man's tired eyes. Not pity. Not charity. Just dignity. He could have reached into his wallet and handed over $5. It would have been simple. Quick. But he saw the way the old man's hand rested protectively on the dog's back. He saw how the dog leaned into that touch like it was home. Buying the dog would solve one problem and create another. It would break something that might never heal. So instead, the officer stood up and made a call. Not for backup. Not for enforcement. For help. Within an hour, a local animal rescue group arrived, not to take the dog, but to offer food and temporary vet care. A community outreach volunteer came with information about a housing program that accepted pets. A nearby diner owner, who had watched everything from across the parking lot, stepped forward with a warm meal and an offer of part-time work washing dishes. The old man didn't cry at first. He just kept nodding, as if afraid that if he spoke, the fragile miracle unfolding around him might disappear. The German shepherd wagged his tail for the first time all afternoon, a slow, cautious sweep against the pavement. The little girl smiled so wide it felt like sunshine breaking through clouds. That evening, instead of losing his best friend, the old man walked away with a bag of dog food, a phone number for housing assistance, and the promise of a job interview the next morning. The cardboard sign was folded carefully and tucked into his backpack, no longer needed. The officer watched him go, feeling something rare and powerful settle inside him. Not pride, not heroism, just relief. Sometimes, saving someone doesn't mean taking what they love away. Sometimes it means helping them keep it. Days later, the officer and his daughter returned to the gas station out of curiosity. The old man wasn't there. But inside the diner across the street, behind the counter, stood a familiar figure with a clean apron and a shy smile. Outside, tied safely in the shade with a bowl of water at his feet, sat the German shepherd, alert and patient as ever. This time, there was no sign. If this story touched your heart, please take a second to like the video, share it with someone who believes in compassion, and subscribe for more real stories that remind us of the good still left in this world. And before this video ends, comment the word, hope, if you believe even the smallest act of kindness can change someone's future. Because that day, a